Hey prospectors, it's Moose, and today I'll be teaching you how to play the cycle. We'll load into training ground mode to show you the basics. Today I'll be teaching you about the contracts, the weapons, different enemy types, and some strategies. Once we've talked about it all, we'll hop into a match and try it out. So starting out, we have my favorite pistol, the hammer. So the hammer has high damage, although its magazine and fire rate are kind of low. However, it's high enough damage to clear out large enough crowds. Anyways, now we're getting into weapons. My favorite sniper is the KVR long shot, or the bolt action. It's got high damage, it's accurate, can chunk monsters pretty well. Now my favorite starting weapon would be this, the KOR. Now, this has some high damage, pretty decent bloom, high fire rate. It's quite a good gun. But, we got the Advocate. Now, this is basically the KOR, just better. It's much more accurate, faster fire rate, higher damage. It tears through monsters. So, late game, I like to have this weapon and my sniper. So I can just... Now we'll get into contracts. First contract is what I just completed here. Those were special monsters. That'll drop biomass. Pick up the biomass, and you can begin to complete this contract over here. Completing a contract will get you points. That's how you win the game. Next, we have the uplink. The uplink's similar to a domination game mode kind of thing. It'll rotate around the map every so often, and it'll give points to whoever's controlling it. You don't have to stay in the uplink, but leaving it will leave it open to others. Next, we'll head over to this power station. So, power stations will spawn around the map, be announced when they spawn. It's pretty easy to see if somebody's currently completing one, because the number will be going up. Now, important thing to remember is, here, we got these things. Now, I can shoot it normally, it's just going to do damage. However, if I come over here and shoot the plant, and the little flower on it, will do critical damage. This can be pretty useful when taking him out, as it took me most of my mag. Coming over here, doing it on this one, only takes about half. So once you've gotten all three, you have to walk over here, and you have to power this up to get your point. Next, we'll head over here to the Zeal Crystal. Let's see if we can blow that crystal there. So, I just come here and pick it up. Now this will give me points as long as I'm carrying it. But if I carry it, people can see exactly where I am. Here's another power station. Now, we've got gas. So, I just place a refiner on the gas, and it'll collect it over time for me. Over time, the gas refiners will level up and start collecting you more. Our next contract on the list is the minerals. So, you call them down, and it'll spawn in a horde of enemies. Defend the drill for long enough, and you'll get your points. Now this here is marked by a special white crystal on the map. This is probably one of the hardest events in the game. Most enemies are spawned at one of the higher tiers, and that's a warden. So that's the big baddie of the game. This isn't even But this is not really the hard part of the task yet. There's another monster that should spawn later. Wardens are pretty easy to kill if you can just pin them down and hit them with enough critical damage and whatnot. Now, the Advocate's really good and tears through basically everything.
Warning, extensive injuries detected.
Even then, still might not be able to... Oh, there's another Warden. I still don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this. So yeah, as you can see, this is no joke.
Warning, low health.
I am about to die, and I'm not even protecting that thing. Now, my strategy for these is if you can take out the other enemies, just the spitters and whatnot, then focusing the wardens, not a hard task. However, it's hard to do that and defend the drill at the same time. So that noise there will indicate it's done. It's done. After it's done, it won't spawn any more enemies. But you still gotta finish off the rest before you can collect it. Otherwise you'll be ticked back when you're trying to collect it. So now, if I come over here to try and collect it, while an enemy's firing at me, I can do it, but if I get hit, it'll slow down the bar. So I got it done. Barely, but I did. It's pretty good. Alright. Next up is drones. With the drones, monsters will be spawning and go to attack the drones. The faster you can get to these drones, the more points you'll get for them. As you can see there, that's already at 70. They drop pretty fast, especially with a large amount of enemies. Now there it says current drones. Wait, no, it doesn't say it on there. But if once you collect enough drones, it'll allow you to send one major drone, and successfully launching that will net you 1 point. It's not a super hard task to do. There's one last contract that isn't in this map, and that's bright caps. Bright caps are these little mushrooms that'll spawn on the ground, and you gotta pick them up, and then you carry them in your canister. Once you get to a bright cap drop zone, which will be marked by the little green mushroom with 3 rings around it, you'll be able to drop them off just by standing in there. While you're standing in there, blast ticks, which are the little bugs over there that explode, will come at you and try and kill you. Taking damage will cause you to drop bright caps, similar to how you drop zeal on damage. Now, let's talk strategies. Now for strategies. So, at the start, you'll spawn in and you'll be dropping, and all you'll have is your starter pistol. As you drop in, you can get a good look out at the map and get an idea of where you're going. I personally like to start with contracts such as the mining the crystals and eliminate and hunting the monsters, because those will put me in positions to kill monsters, the main way to get credits. Once I get enough credits, I normally get my KOR. This is my starting gun. This is the first gun I get. I use it to just mow through monsters. So early game, having a weapon other than the pistol puts you at a big advantage. Because one person's doing a little bit of damage, you're doing a lot. You normally win that fight. Now, then, from there, I use that to go and complete more contracts and eventually get into this, the bolt action. Now, I haven't quite unlocked the Advocate since the recent patch that prevented you from unlocking them all, although I'm one thing off getting them, so I'll probably get it soon. They're kind of hard to find. Anyways, for strategies, I'll start making my way around, mainly targeting the weapons that put me in positions to do PvE, or the contracts that put me in position to kill little monsters so I can get a lot of credits. Now, some important contracts to look out for are the Zeal Crystal and the gas mining ones, because these are really passive. So, I can plant down 5 gas refiners, and I don't need to do anything about that other than plant down those gas refiners. So, if I come across a gas vein, I can plant it down. So, generally, my strategy is make my way through the major ones, such as power plants and uplinks, while collecting bright caps or planting gas, or grab a zeal and run around. And then on my way, again, I'll collect bright caps, I'll do the crystals, and I'll just gear up. So then, after I'm done, I'll look at where I am on the leaderboard. If I'm more towards the top, I'll play it safe. If I'm kind of lacking, I'll be a bit more risky. So now there's some contracts that are not going to be told to you at the start. These are high-risk contracts. They'll score you a bunch of points, but a lot of people go to them, and they're kind of hard to survive. If you can get them, you'll probably come out on top. Later in the game, if I'm way in the lead, I will come late to the evac, make sure I can get out, of course, have enough time for that, but don't engage anybody and just survive. If I'm kind of behind, like 4th, 5th place, I'll get there early, and there's a contract then that is clear the platform. You can clear the platform just by, clearing the platform. But there's monsters that spawn. You kill the monsters, you get points towards the contract, you can score a lot there. Now, I gotta make sure, if I'm the first one there, I can prevent other people from escaping. If I'm in 2nd place and the 1st place person comes up, I'm gonna try and kill that 1st place person. Unless they're on my team. But unless I need to evac. Now I'll put myself between them and the evac, so if I need to, I can just evac, get 2nd. Otherwise, I can kill them, get 1st. If you get down in the last area, doesn't really matter if you have your emergency recall or not. You're probably not making it back to the launch in time. Well, anyways, let's hop into a match and test it. So this is kind of a weird one, because there's no main target other than the uplink, but the uplink moves around and can be kind of hard to get if it's on the other side of the map. So what I'll probably do is plant some gas refiners, get the zeal, and then just make my way around and get some crystals. So now, I got a zeal pretty close. I'll come up through this way. I'm going to plant this, get out fast. People spawn really close to each other here, so the sooner you can get out into the distance,
New contracts available. Complete as many as you can, and then get off this rock
just on the
before
other
the
side
storm
of there.
finishes you off.
And there should be a pod just down there.
Sending mineral drill down. Just don't expect much.
So that one's kind of safe to leave alone for a little, just because it's only at level 1. I can just... They'll target me before, it'll be done before they target me. Or before they target it. They'll target me first. And then yeah, see, he's already got the refiner there. So...
One of your refiners was just destroyed, Prospector.
Well... see if I can.
Alert. Engaged by hostile prospector.
Alright, well, I'll send him back.
Looks like you're a rowdy lot. Nice. I mean,
Looks like he didn't.
shame on you.
Looks like he didn't care to stay alive for too long. Well, it also looks like somebody's already got the zeal and is making their way towards me. So.
There's yours. Doesn't matter as long as you keep the refiner in operation.
I'm gonna back off, get enough credits, and then maybe try and re-engage this guy. Or maybe just make a pact with him. Killing that guy was pretty useful. He could have backed, but he didn't. Guess he figured I would just come. And looks like he destroyed my gas refiner. It's a shame. Not been having good games today.
Drill sense, but don't expect a good.
Careful with that, it's hot.
Okay, this is one glitch.
Warning, under attack by multiple prospectors.
Of course. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna snag this, get out of here. Make my way up towards the seal, see if they'll chase me and run into the zeal guy. Now my goal here is to get the zeal, but if my partner gets the zeal, that's a-okay with me. So let's hope this is a really big deal and he see it beneficial that he has a partner and
strength in numbers.
Under attack by hostile prospector. Combat alert.
Strength in numbers.
Alert. Engaged by hostile prospector. Warning. Extensive injuries detected.
caught on the...
Under attack by hostile prospector. Alert. Emergency shield activated. Commencing triage. Deploying triage sphere. Vital
sucks.
stabilized. Emergency shield recharging.
Probably lose this game too. Oh well. We'll see what we can do. There's no real contracts anyways. I think separating spawn a little bit more would be quite beneficial.
You know these guns were meant for critters, right? Ha! Who am I kidding?
Small vein. The mineral drill should be done quickly.
Now put that thing to good use.
That barely covers our needs. We've extended your contract for more minerals, Prospector.
Let's see what else we can find. Yeah, so there's another spawn. Like, you can see how close we are.
Another prospector found the Zeo and is on the move.
I guess that guy didn't realize he dropped the zeal.
Small vein. The mineral drill should be done quickly.
So I'm going to try and play passive while still... I'm probably not going to win this one. I've just gotten to a pretty bad position. So this guy's got a really good gas
Violence
here.
among brothers.
I can just quickly steal it.
Gas refiner ownership now marked as yours. Keep sending up gas refiners, and I'll see that you're compensated, Prospector.
So he'll probably come back here real quick, just because 3 of his refiners got stolen.
Nearing the end of this uplink's use. Prepare for new location.
It looks like he was controlling the uplink.
Fairly exposed mineral vein. It'll take some time to get what we need here. And no doubt attract attention.
But yeah, I'm just gonna have to get these. Doesn't look like people are actually storing too much this game, so might be able to do something with it.
Warning, low health.
Yeah.
Another prospector found the Zeo and is on the move.
Signs of teratomorphic field resurgence have been detected.
So here's one of those. This should, I think, right? That's one of those contracts.
You detected a high-value Zeo in your sector.
That's what I want.
Retrieve it. Another prospector found the
Purchase order received. Heads up.
So this is gonna give me 2 stems. This is why I put it in there. This will put me in a really good combat position. Just because I'll be able to double heal and time it so I have really good health regen and whatnot.
Someone has picked up our Zeo. Track them down.
So, I'm actually gonna
Such violence among brothers.
probably grab this seal
One of your refiners has been taken over.
and actually, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can't. So now I get 3 stars if I evacuate with this. Oh, I want to get out of here.
Seems your refiner now has another.
Heads up, I'm seeing a spike in the cycle. There's a thriving
So
marketplace up here
that's
for
a
search
cycle
crystal
spike.
samples.
Lightning
If you
strikes
catch my
will
drift.
strike down and damage you, but they'll spawn crystals that can help you to complete a contract. I don't like it. I don't think it's very beneficial, but it can be a way back into the game. Alright, so I'm thinking this guy here controls these reactors, these refiners.
Let's join up. Yeah, let's go.
Alright, yeah, he does. So that's going to put me in a really good position. Looks like I'm ahead of this guy, so that means that I don't need to benefit more than he does from this. And I can stick with him till he evacs. Now, yeah, so this is a howler. So he'll spawn enemies. Looks like he's doing a 1000. He's doing one of the 1000s. So, yeah, this is a really hard contract. I'm surprised he was able to complete it on his own. I came in, I could have,
That barely covers our needs.
you know,
We've extended your contract for more minerals, Prospector.
I came in and helped him, but he probably could have gotten that on his own.
Check for surge crystals and try not to get yourself zapped.
Yeah, well anyways, I'm ahead of this guy, so currently we're sharing.
Another prospector found the Zeo and is on the move.
But we should be safer with having a partner will allow me to clear these things a lot easier, be a lot less worried, and carrying the Zeal. So,
Warning, extensive injuries detected.
Be aware, Prospector. Scans show you carry the Zeal crystal.
yeah, so it's looking pretty good for me. So this thing completes. So we only get half because we're a partnership, but this will give me 300.
Warning, extensive injuries detected.
We need that Zeal, Prospector. Make sure to hold on to it.
I just gotta regen. Getting damaged pretty badly. Wait, with Zeal I should be catching up to these guys. And I need to stay within 3 to get A. So I get
Someone has picked up our Zeal. Track them down.
So I wonder if that's this guy, and if we can't just finesse this real quick. See if he turns around. Looks like he's not turning around, but looks like we should be pretty safe. Now I don't have my sniper rifle yet, so it's a bit of a risky move.
Transfer from current uplink relay is almost complete.
But yeah, we'll probably come over here and start stealing this guy's.
There's yours. It doesn't matter as long as you keep the refiner in operation. Hold onto that Zeal crystal, Prospector. Your suit will handle the radiation. Probably.
Now I don't want to push too far away because this Zeal crystal is headed towards us. There we go. So now I can get my sniper.
Purchase order received. Heads up.
Now this guy's coming in looking to steal our
From this uplink. Switching to the facility.
uplink, but it's not going to get there in time. So instead, we'll probably be able to so that's somebody I want to kill.
Warning, an electromagnetic anomaly has been detected.
Excellent. Now be careful with that Zeal and don't get intercepted. Seems your refiner now has another owner.
And he has a back. Okay. Cool. But
You
now
know
we
these
have
guns were
two
meant for
Zeal
critters, right?
No, we don't.
Who am I
That's a
kidding?
separate Zeal.
Alert, engaged by hostile group. Warning,
Oh, there's
low
the leader.
health. Multiple
Oh,
hostile
shoot,
prospectors
I didn't know
engaging.
this guy was...
Alert, fatal wounds detected. Triage mode activated.
Alright, well...
Caution,
Sorry. Get out of here.
allied prospector has been killed.
Oh well, I did pretty good. Looks like most of the lobby died. I'll be fine. I played a bit too aggressive at the end. But it'll be fine.